Hi, I'm Godfrey Roberts. 4 years ago, 5 years ago, I borrowed $1 million on my house to buy a business, and 18 months later, the economy went south, and so did the business, and I lost my house, and I had to use my furniture to pay off my staff. That's how broke I was when I arrived in Thailand. Even though I'd been coming here since 1967, living here was a completely new experience, and surviving here was quite a struggle. I had no idea how to work within the legal framework, what was permissible in Thailand for foreigners, and so on. I had enough to get by on. I had $1,400 a month Social Security, so that kept my head above water. It's a fairly comfortable income for a single person in Thailand. But beyond that, how was I going to afford to travel to see my family and friends, or do anything at all apart from just live? So I set myself the task of earning a living, and 4 years later I have a 3-bedroom house and a car, and I just come back from California, and I'm getting ready to go to Australia. So I say that simply to reassure you that it's doable, whether you need to make money or just want to keep your hand in and do something enjoyable and challenging, and by the way, something that helps the Thai economy, then you can do it. And this book is about how I did it and how about 10 or 12 other folks did it, and what are the rules and regulations, and how to deal with things like work visas, which are very separate things from and are not even administered by the immigration department. Incorporation, there's at least three kinds of forms of incorporation I've discovered, with greatly different rules and greatly different cost structures and so forth. There's tons of opportunities here. Thais themselves will tell you that. The economy has been growing steadily. Unemployment is 1%. There's plenty of investment money coming in. Tourism is increasing steadily. Tourists are spending more. So there's just lots of ways that you can contribute something that you know and do well. And I've had clients from my business who bring a skill to Thailand that wasn't here before, and it's enormously successful, and they have a great time doing it, so that may fit you. Then there are export opportunities. Thai people are extremely inventive and have a very, very refined aesthetic sense, and they make lots of wonderful things, but very few of them have had experience in Western countries or speak English, and often happy to partner with you if you want to help them export. Then there are investments, like a 7-Eleven store. You can buy a 7-Eleven franchise, or any kind of business you can invest money in. They deserve a great deal of thought and care. It's a real minefield. It is everywhere, of course. As my own experience in California shows, you can know the system well and still blow $1 million in 6 months. So the same holds true in Thailand, except you don't know the system, you don't speak the language. So there's quite a bit devoted to investments. Also to businesses for girlfriends or boyfriends. That also raises issues like staffing and management, which are unique problems in Thailand. Of course they're unique, because with 1% employment, it's hard to get anybody to stay around for long. So you need to study up on that stuff before you get into it. And then we get down to things like landlords. Landlords in Thailand are amongst the most feared creatures on earth. They are ruthless bunch of people, generally. I'm lucky I have 2 very good ones, but it's very common for landlords to, if your business is doing well, to just kick you out and clone your business in the same location. even though you have a 5-year lease. Well, there's a simple way around that. There are straightforward ways to not be taken advantage of, and Thais use them, and so should you. So that's also part of the entire consideration. And finally, lawyers and realtors. They have very different functions and meanings and backgrounds and duties in Thailand. For example, Thai lawyers are all specialists. And if you're buying real estate, you want and only want a real estate lawyer. Even though, of course, like all lawyers, they'll claim to be experts about anything. They're not. So remember that. And the second thing is realtors don't have the background and qualifications that are demanded from licensed realtors back home. So you need to learn some of the tricks of the local realty trade before you start relying on a particular realtor, and just learning how property works here, because it's beyond different. There's no zoning, for example. So I could go on forever, but you get the picture. It's a comprehensive look at how to make money, and better still, how to not lose money in Thailand. I hope you enjoy it, and if you'd like a free sample, just click on the link at the bottom there and let me know how you find it.